Two legends, one stage. The stare-down lasted almost a full minute. No smiles, no movement, just pure hatred in their eyes. Fans screamed, cameras flashed, and even the announcers went silent. That moment told the world everything. This rematch is going to be explosive. But to truly understand the weight of that single minute, we have to go back. We have to rewind to where it all began, to the first chapter of a story written in sweat, sacrifice, and ambition. It wasn't always like this. Before the sold-out arenas, the championship belts, and the global fame, they were just two kids with a dream. They came from different worlds, forged in different fires, but they shared the same insatiable hunger for greatness. One was a prodigy, blessed with natural talent that seemed almost effortless. The other was a grinder, a relentless workhorse who clawed his way up from nothing, fueled by sheer willpower. They met for the first time in a dusty, small-town gym, long before the cameras were ever on them. There was no animosity then, just a mutual, unspoken respect. They saw in each other the same fire, the same dedication. They were rivals, yes, but they were also mirrors, reflecting each other's drive. They pushed each other, learning, adapting, and growing stronger with every sparring session. They were the iron sharpening iron, destined to clash on the grandest stage. Their first professional bout was a tactical masterpiece. It was a chess match of speed versus power, technique versus tenacity. For 12 grueling rounds, they traded blows, each refusing to give an inch. The prodigy's fluid movement and lightning-fast combinations were met with the grinder's unbreakable chin and relentless pressure. It went to the scorecards, a split decision so controversial it divided the entire sport. One walked away with the victory, but the other walked away with a burning sense of injustice. The respect was gone, replaced by a bitter resentment that would fester for years. The years that followed saw their paths diverge. The champion defended his title, building a legacy of dominance, but he was always haunted by the shadow of that controversial win. He knew, deep down, that there was unfinished business. The challenger, on the other hand, went on a tear. He channeled his frustration into his training, becoming a destructive force that ran through every opponent put in his way. He wasn't just winning, he was making statements, sending a clear message to the one man who stood at the top of the mountain. Every victory was a step closer to redemption. The public clamored for a rematch. Pundits debated, fans argued, and the tension built with each passing day. It became more than just a fight. It was a story of two destinies intertwined, a narrative that had captured the imagination of the world. Finally, after years of waiting, the contracts were signed. The rematch was on. And that brings us back to that stage, back to that 1-minute stare-down. When they locked eyes, it wasn't just two fighters looking at each other. It was the culmination of their entire journey. In that silence, you could feel the weight of their shared history. You could see the memory of that first fight, the sting of the controversial decision, the years of separate struggles, and the burning desire to leave no doubt this time around. The prodigy's eyes, usually calm and confident, now held a flicker of something new, a need to prove that the first win wasn't a fluke. The grinder's gaze was pure, unadulterated intensity, a promise of a storm that had been brewing for years. He wasn't just there to win, he was there to take what he believed was stolen from him. That minute of silence was louder than any trash talk could ever be. It was a raw, unfiltered look into the souls of two warriors on the brink of battle. It wasn't for the cameras or the crowd. It was a personal conversation between two men who understood each other better than anyone else on the planet. They were communicating in a language only they spoke, a language of pain, ambition, and a relentless pursuit of legacy. The first fight was about skill. This is about something more. It's about heart. It's about will. It's about settling a score that has defined both of their careers. When that bell rings, it won't just be the start of a fight. It will be the explosive final chapter of one of the greatest rivalries our generation has ever seen. Everything they have ever worked for comes down to this. The world is watching, holding its breath, because everyone who saw that stare down knows one thing for certain. This is going to be war. What do you think is going through their minds in that moment? Who are you rooting for in this epic rematch? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. This is a story for the ages, and we're all lucky to be here to witness it. Thanks so much for watching. If you love stories about legendary rivalries and the drama of competition, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. We'll see you in the next video.